Hello students, in our Civil Service Mains 2026 series, I am discuss here previous year questions as well as expected questions for General Study Economy and Economic Optional. You can also join our online classes for coming mains since 5th of June. Students, the questions which I discuss here, they are very research and developed from economic survey budget since 91 onward, as well before 1991. You can see the questions is analyzed on the basis of standard economics books. If you don't know, I cleared you that I am Tejveer Singh, running my institute last 2008 in Delhi and teaching in reputed institute last 26 years. I am also panelist in reputed institute. That is why I decided to do something better for you. And you will see all the data analysis which I am doing with you. Source is very authentic, that is white paper of Government of India Economic Survey, budget, newspaper, etc. After a lot of study, I conclude certain data which can help you in coming Mains 2026 Civil Service exam. If you take it seriously and go through my videos regularly, according to my prediction, you will do better in coming mains examinations. I also discussed the similar exercise in economics optional also, because a number of students passed under my guidance in previous year by taking test series, optional classes, etc. I am providing optional classes to you also. Today, first of all, I will discuss the previous year questions in general study paper 2024. Its word limit was 250. And you can also yourself go through the previous year questions and you will see at least one questions they are asking from social economy based on inclusive growth. Number of words they can use to confuse you, but never confuse by taking this topic. Examine the pattern and trends of public expenditure on social services in post-reform period in India, to what extent this has been in consonance with achieving the objective of inclusive growth. This question asking, as I give you, Civil Service 2026, and this is 26, 24 and this is 26. Means expected, again there is the questions on this basis. I expected questions for 2026. You can also understand these questions. Later on I will discuss what will be the answer of this question. Analyze social and financial inclusion policies of the Government of India since 2007 onward, how much extent they are achieving the targeted vision of Sabka Saath, Sabka Vikas. This is the expected questions in Mains 2026 as well as in General Study and Economics optional second paper also. This is very important question. Now, come on the previous year questions 2026. First of all, you should go through what the question is asking. After then, structure the answer, put the point, and write down the answer within word limit. As I told you in my previous lecture, you are needed to write down at least 23 words per minute. This should be your speed and thinking, both should be there. If you are capable to write down 23 words within 1 minute, by thinking all the aspects which are asking by UPSC, you will top the exam. If you are delay at any point, you will out the exam. This is very clear. There is no confusion. That's why I suggest you to go through these practices. You can also participate in offline classes in our test series where you will give the exact answer format and try to find out your mistakes, because this is my personal experience. I told you a story which I see in Mukherjee Nagar in 2008. A student Rajiv Verma, something other student Abhishek, he is qualified BTech from Roorkee and came to me in 2028 for mains examination and he qualified. He was only 21+year-old student and he qualified IAS finally. Gurgaon IRS first posting was in Gurgaon. And this Rajiv was appearing 6 times mains examinations because he belonged to OBC category. When I saw his previous year mark sheet, he never got more than 630 marks in each year. But when I find out his writing skill, that is very, very poor. That's why I predicted that he is again failed in 6th attempt because he was in highly depressive conditions. And he met me round about September month of 2008. And it is not possible to build up because one side he is under psychological pressure, frustration, tensions, hypertensions conditions were there. That's why students, I advise you not to come into that situation and you should focus directly on your mains examinations just after 24th of May, rest 2 and 3 days after then prepare. Now come on guys. First of all, as I told you, read these questions shortly, within speed and with full concentration of your brain. What this question is asking? There are the certain key points. Public expenditure on social services, specifically after 1991. Second key point, what extent this has been consonance with achieving the objective of inclusive growth. Means how much extent it is achieving the target of inclusive growth which were first of all identified in 11th 5-year plan. If I concrete and find out the key point, public expenditure effect on society and achievements of inclusive growth. This is your key point. First of all, by using this key point, you should introduce yourself, means similar, there will be the 3 points of this answer. Introduction. And introduction should be based on key point, and key point is inclusive growth achievement through public expenditure. You should say clearly that since what is the time period of 11th plan, you should very clear. 12 to 17, 12th plan, and that is if you deduct 2011th plan, find out that is what is the time period 2000 up to 12, up to 12 means 2000 Up to 12, you have to consider about this inclusive growth and introduce yourself by saying according to your own vision, not to take my vision, but according to your vision, you can create a good quality introduction. After 11th plan, inclusive growth target achieved by the government successfully by enhancing the public expenditure on social service from 6.8% of GDP in financial year 2019 if you quote to 7.9% of GDP in 2026. I give the data from economic survey. That is your introduction and you are positive with the response as practically you will see, then definitely government of India achieve the target of inclusive growth. In second, expansion. As I priorly discussed, your introduction should be 10% of word limit means 25 words, not more than that. 80% of word limit, that is 200 words. 200 words. Now, what kinds of achievement you will elaborate in expansion portion of this question? You should very clear what are the main component of inclusive growth. You have to write down one by one. That is number first. What are the base of inclusive growth? Financial and social inclusion. Means you will clarify what extent we achieve the financial inclusion. Number second, you have to explain what extent we achieve the social inclusion and what are the main component of inclusive growth. They are, you have to identify, that is poverty reduction, unemployment reduction, inequality reduction, empowerment of women, SC, ST, OBC, better governance, environment protection. One by one you can discuss under the expansion of this question. And you are able to use 200 words for the purpose. I give you the static and you yourself create the different para according to your facility. But you have to cover these points. If I exactly explain some data given you, if you go through the financial inclusion, according to Economic Survey 2025-26, I am giving you the data so that you can analyze and write these data in your own words. In 2011 calendar year, out of total adult, 35% have their account in banking institutions. Under Pradhan Mantri Jan Dhan Yojana, as you know, and Pradhan Mantri Mudra Yojana, multiple schemes are there for financial inclusion, which I will discuss in next expected questions further to you. The 89% of our adults have the account in their banking institution in the year 2021. This is the data given for financial inclusion. And you can use this data in your own word by saying by the different financial inclusion scheme, government policies, we are successfully achieved the target of financial inclusion, but not up to 100%, but near to 100%. Again, social inclusion, if financially viable, these segment of our society, they automatically begin to participate in social activity that is known as social inclusion. Come on the poverty. How much extent we are successfully able to reduce the poverty? If I give you the statistics on poverty. World Bank latest data giving its own poverty line June 2025, that is $3 per capita per day. That is the latest definition World Bank. I also code you the data NITI Aayog. Few data is necessary for explanation your answer. According to World Bank, the poverty ratio in India decline highly, that is highly poor persons. If I code you, highly poor persons means the persons who are more poor, more destitute. According to World Bank, 5.3% are extremely poor in 2022-23, and lower middle income poverty in India was 23.9% in 2022-23. That is the data given Economic Survey 2026. You can also use multilateral poverty index. That is also give you the statistics. Multilateral poverty index in 2015-16 was 0.117. It declined 50% and reached up to 0.066 in 2019-20, and during this period means 15 to 21, 13.5 crore people come out from multilateral poverty. Specifically in more poor states, specifically, why I say specifically, like Bihar, Madhya Pradesh, Uttar Pradesh, Odisha, Rajasthan. Uttar Pradesh registered the most significant reduction in poverty by 3.43 crore people come out from the MPI, and the status of UP also changed from Bimaru to Saksham state. That is the achievements which you can use under the poverty reduction. According to other data, you can also use the poverty ratio in India. According to Economic Survey, poverty ratio in India declined up to 2.3%. If you go back 2004-5, according to Suresh D. Tendulkar committee, it was 55%, and recently very low poverty exists in India. Unemployment rate, according to Economic Survey 2026, I give you the statistics. The unemployment rate in India declined up to 5.3%. I give you 5.3% in 2026. In 1990, if you go, it was 7.7%. Means poor unemployment rate also decreasing. If I come on inequality, you measure the inequality Gini coefficient ratio. If you doesn't know about the term Gini coefficient ratio, then you should go to my previous lecture on YouTube channel, and you can understand what is the Gini coefficient ratio or Gini coefficient. In rural India, it declined from 0.283 in 2011-12 to, that is 0.314 in 2022-23. Similarly, in case of urban, inequality also declined during the same period 2011-12 to 2022-23 from 0.363 to 0.314. That is the decline if I considered urban-rural divide on the basis of monthly per capita consumption expenditure. That is also decreasing. It was 83.9% in 2011-12, declined to 71.23% in 2022-23. Inequality, if I code you, inequality In case of financial inclusion, also declines similarly. Access of banking facility, rich and poor decreasing. Means the gap between rich and poor, male and female, both are decreasing. You can also use these data. Now come on the third point, fourth point, empowerment of women, SC, ST and OBC. And OBC. If you go through Ajivika mission, a number of entrepreneur women created by the government only through the Ajivika mission. Revolving fund facilities are there. Different social welfare schemes are there. Financial inclusion schemes are there. They are getting the credit facility. They are running their own business enterprises. And now the women participation you can see in everywhere, in civil services, other government job, in parliament, state legislative assembly, in everywhere you will see the increasing participation and percentage of women. Similarly, you can also see ST, SC, OBC. And recently government are thinking about the caste-based census 2027, where you will see that our SC, ST, OBC data in coming days also you will find. But if you see 91 to 2026, they are also empowered. Better governance. You are very clear about the concept. There are the two pillars of better governance. What they are? Accountability and transparency, and both are enhancing during last decade. Is means somewhere we are successfully achieve the target of better governance. Environment protection, where we are not achieving satisfactory target. As you can see, different development project of the government adversely affecting our environment conditions. Now, after analyzing, I will give a lot of things, but you have to summarize by taking few data from my lecture to use only 200 words in the expansion of this question. And finally, you will conclude. It is clear by the raw explanation that the different parts of inclusive development, two pillar, financial and social inclusion, including 6 targets: reduction in poverty, reduction in unemployment, reduction in inequality, empowerment women, SC, ST, OBC, better governance, and environment. Just not use this environment. Achieved successfully. Somewhere we are decay in environment protection. Government exercise, government policies in coming days expected to be improved this also. In this way, we are achieving the desired target of inclusive growth. This is complete about the previous year question, student. I will do the same exercise, and specifically those students who are expected to be selected in preliminary 2026, they should focus on this one, because this exercise assume that you have a quite knowledge of economics, and if you don't have and you said expected to be qualified, you can come to me. I will give you the research analysis on expected questions as I predicted for the 2026, the new questions. You can come to me for these questions, student. What is the questions? Now think on this and come to me for the further explanation, that is analyze social and financial inclusion policies of the government of India since 2007 onward, how much extent they are achieving the targeted vision of Sabka Saath, Sabka Vishwas, highly expected questions. If you come to me, I will give you the data, latest data from economic survey, budget, other sources, authentic sources, and give you the best structure. If you complete round about 100 questions within 30 hours, not more than that, definitely you will achieve maximum marks in this course. Thank you, student. I will again come Monday for the next social economic questions with expected new questions, okay, come on the next.